Holy freaking moly. Saints just won on a game-winning field goal. That was after Deshaun Watson made 2 sick throws to go ahead. Hit DeAndre on the left sideline. Long play. And then the very next play, Kenny Stills in the end zone. But you don't give Drew Brees 17 seconds. That's all I got to say about that. Bing, bang, boom. Few quick throws. Timeout at the 40-yard line. 58-yard game winner by Will Lutz. And Jay, one of my boys in our barbershop league, won with that kick. He chimes in like 3 hours later. I need a 50-yard field goal. Sure enough, he got it for the win. Sorry about your luck, Fro. Sorry about your luck, buddy. All right. This episode with Farrow, my man Farrow. This is the second Farrow I've had on the show. Different spelling. Both Egyptian gods, though. What are the odds, right? It was very, very... a lot of hot takes in this one. We'll put it that way. A lot of hot takes. We talked about some controversial shit, and we got right into it. And that's what I love about these episodes is my guests, they don't hold back. Why should they? You know, like we've realized when you are a transparent individual, you know, you will burn some bridges, but long term, you're free. And not a lot of people can say that. They are conflicted and they are restrained by their employers. And when you are your own boss, that's where you can say whatever the hell you want. And that's the cool thing about life, right? Okay, cool story. Anyways, this episode, I want to tell you guys something, okay? It does involve one of my sponsors from Cato CBD, my boy Jake. Him and I had coffee last Friday. And he rolls up, and when he comes to town to meet with me, he sometimes brings me goodies, and I never expect it, but this time he did. And they are, and I've talked about these on prior ads, the CBD pre-rolls are God sent. Put it into perspective. Last night, before I was on my way to the gym, and I pull up to the gym, and I spark one of the pre-rolls that he gave me. I think it was actually, from what I've experienced, a high CBD count, which was, I think, 18%. For a flower that's decent, not sure what a high amount would be. But I spark it, and I only needed 2.5 puffs, and I went in and gave the executive all it could handle. For those that don't know, the executive is where you go in. My knee's been killing me, so I didn't work out. I just got in the jacuzzi, showered, got in the jacuzzi, and then I went to the steam room. And one thing I love to do in steam rooms is just stretch my Achilles and my hamstrings. I love it because that loosens up my lower back. But when you stretch after consuming CBD, it is otherworldly. So I strongly suggest, if you have a yoga practice, do yoga after smoking CBD. If you smoke THC, so be it, but CBD, it is incredible to stretch after you smoke CBD or consume it. I just like, before I work out, I like to smoke it instead of before I go to bed. I use the dropper, which is oil. Underneath my tongue, I just use a full dose and put it under my tongue, let it sit for 15 seconds, wash it down with some water before I go to sleep. I love that. But before I work out, before I stretch, before I do the executive, I love to go puff, puff, half a puff. I don't need a lot, and then I'm able to save it. So now I have basically a full pre-rolled for later, you know. And it's not something I don't really smoke. I don't smoke flower really anymore of anything at all, just because it's very heady when you consume THC products. and you smoke them. It's very heady, and I used to like that, but I'm a professional smoker. I'm a goddamn adult. I've literally been consuming cannabis for over half my life, and I'm only 31. And I've been a regular smoker for over half my life, and I'm not necessarily proud of it, but at the same time, I can't change it, and it has allowed me. Put me in great positions. Man, I tell you what, some of the connections I've made just off being backstage and passing a vape pen back and forth with a second party is, they say some of the most important decisions, world-changing decisions have been made over a bottle of scotch and a cigar. The same can be said in a circle, passing around a joint with other movers and shakers. The same can be said. Anyone who tells you differently says, no, a bunch of hippies do that shit and ain't no one getting nothing done after they smoke a J. Well, I am to the contrary, because I'm a doer. I do a lot of stuff. I get a lot of stuff done. I make heavy decisions on a daily basis, and I'm able to, and I can confidently make them. And so can people I love who are also presidents of companies who consume marijuana on the daily. It's not something that I don't want. I don't want PSA. I don't want freaking my little sister and brother who are 19 years old to be doing the shit. Do they? Yeah. Do I want them to be? No. Was I doing it at their age? Yes. Can I change them? No. I think it's a gift, it's a blessing, and it's something that should be respected first and foremost. And that's why I think I've leaned towards consuming CBD as opposed to THC, just because I don't like to be clouded out and I like to make conscious decisions. So with that being said, go to catocbd.com, use code word astronaut, get 10% off all your products. Next sponsor, Rochester Lapidary Jewelers. We've got something coming up with RLJ. I'm excited regarding our studio. I can't wait to announce that once we get everything popping. Rochester Lapidary Jewelers is your original custom jeweler. Anything you need, go grab an idea for a ring or a necklace or a bracelet or matching earrings. If you get mismatching earrings, that's cool too. If you get singular earrings like Elton John, doesn't matter. You can do that. They can hook you up. So bring in a rendering or an idea, and then they will render it for you right there. You can literally watch Danny get it prepped for you 3-dimensionally. And then they bring it back to San, and he will literally make it for you while you watch in the waiting area while he wears a GoPro. You can watch it on the screen while he's creating it for you. That's how cool Rochester Lapidary Jewelers is and how much they care about the process. Man, I stop in there every other day just to say what up to Adam and the family, because it is truly a family at Rochester Lapidary Jewelers, to stop in there and to just see the smile on people's faces, grooms' faces, who are picking up their ring for their fiance, and to see the smile on their face and just the glow, not even from the ring itself, just from their smile, or how happy jewelry makes people. And people might say, oh, it's just a materialistic good that, it shouldn't hold any weight in your life. Well, we are born consumers of everything. So guess what? It is going to hold some weight. So with that being said, stop into RLJ, Rochester Lapidary Jewelers.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
And I'm gonna be high as a fucking man.
Stationary astronaut.
Yo. Oh, I took that away from you. You're the one that's supposed to yell, yo. Go ahead.
Yo, Farrow the Sparrow.
Yeah. It's one of the only things that I've used to rhyme with my name since I was in like kindergarten. I always say Farrow the Sparrow, Arrow. Those are probably the three I go to.
Sharpshooter,
Yeah.
Farrow the Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask, Farrow the Sparrow, when did you know you were the songbird of a generation?
Aha. I think I'm still figuring that out. It's very cyclical with my my confidence in it. As any artist, you know, you have your good days and bad days. But on my good days, I think I've known since I was probably like 9 years old. My dad took me to record my first song right around like 8 or 9. He's a musician too. So he was in the studio, and I would rap with my friends. And he took me in one day, and that was when I cut my first record and fell in love.
You were 9 years old?
I think like 8 or 9, yeah.
Little prodigy you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure my dad would say the same thing.
So did that help you out in school at a young age when you're already working on finding your voice?
Did it help me out in school in what way?
Confidence?
Yeah. I mean, I think anytime you're doing anything out of the box in the younger years, if it's something that people think is cool, like music or, you know, even sports and snowboarding and all that stuff, you definitely get a little popularity with your friends and the ladies. And so definitely I think it like boosted my popularity when I went to different schools. It was always something that instantly could make me friends and stuff like that.
You went to different schools. Did your MySpace help you meet people quickly?
I don't even remember using MySpace. I know I did, but I think I had some drama with somebody's top 8. And ever since then, it was just a little sour to me. I think I ended my relationship with MySpace.
If the top 8 ain't vibing, we gone.
Yeah, facts.
You know?
I got to be in everybody's top 8.
Well, and that was the delete central. That's what told you to delete somebody. It's like, listen here, I just had homemade pizza with your family last Friday, and you're not gonna have me in your top 8.
Insane.
We gone.
Insane.
And
Betrayal.
if Usher Let It Burn wasn't your song playing, we gone.
I'm telling you, the top 8 on MySpace got very Game of Thronesy in middle school. You know, you're talking to people, passing notes. Hey, did you hear what this person did? You know, a lot of lies and deceit. It was insane. It was hot.
Hold up.
It was hot in those streets.
You over here talking like you didn't remember your MySpace.
But I remember having the drama around MySpace. So I don't remember using MySpace as much as the drama around it. Like, I remember that. Because that was like, you know, it was the talk of the town for a year or two.
It brought up many of situations.
Yeah.
Where it was like, and let's be honest, like local infamy, you're able to find out that's what it was. It was the Facebook before Facebook. So you got to kind of like see where the local clout meter was.
Yeah.
In your community.
Before we even knew what clout was.
But it also incentivized you to do big shit and to do epic stuff and actually make things happen at a young age.
Yeah. Just to show it off to the world.
That's where I can't hate on any social media platforms because it's a barometer for who's doing what, who's doing stuff.
It's a highlight film.
It's what it is.
It's a highlight film, which is a lot different
than
a way to gauge who's doing what.
Well, you're right. But at the same time, okay, so when we call it a highlight film, which it is, you're not wrong. That's where it's like, it's everybody's proudest moment. It's it's fluffing yourself up in life.
Facts.
But at the same time, dude, you're still doing something if eyes are on you. It might be the Conor McGregor effect where you're peacock and look at me, but at the same time, you're still out there and companies pay for that.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Very true.
It's the ultimate
Very
peacock contest. In a nutshell.
Yeah.
Highlight reels.
Yeah, it's
But
highlight reels, baby.
Thing is, though, is I love highlight reels.
Me too. Who doesn't watch them? Who
You
watches
know?
game film anymore? You just watch the highlights, baby.
Dominique and I were just talking prior to this, and we were applauding because we were talking about Andrew Luck's retirement, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I just saw that.
I compared that to the arts, where like it is a game of peacocking nowadays, but to which we all grew up watching Nickelodeon and these little kids channels, and those kids were striving for attention, and I'm an insecure motherfucker, so like I peacock all the time. But are you the Jessica Biel of the world, or are you Lindsay Lohan?
Right.
Where it can go one of two ways. You can come out the other side and find yourself.
Yeah.
Marry JT and
Live the dream.
have your family and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Or you can go the other route where you're drug ridden, You've lost it.
Yeah.
You don't know who you are. Your identity has always been this one thing. There was no real transition. It crosses over. It doesn't discriminate into sport, where Andrew Luck, he retires at what we would call a young age for a quarterback.
Yeah. I was shocked. Did
you watch the press conference?
I watched just the little the highlight,
Yep.
right, of his press conference, and I couldn't get the thought. And your viewers may not know this person, but does Andrew Luck not sound and look just like Jack Sussman?
Shout out to Jack.
I was like a little high,
Yep.
and I was watching it, and I was just like, I watched it probably a couple of different times, but getting a little more serious about it, I think it's a great thing, and it's a great thing for the sport. It's a great thing for young men in our generation and the generations to come, just to show that, deciding to move on from something isn't the same as quitting, and, you don't have to necessarily succumb to all the pressures of the outside world, and you can take a stand and move on and just be a man about it. I loved it. I love Andrew Luck. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he had a lot of years, but it's just a bigger message to the world, in my opinion, because my football career ended early. It wasn't my choice. I would have played forever or as long as I could, and that probably would have been a mistake. And so I think maybe it hit a little home to me, because at the time I felt like I had no way out. I self-identified as a football player and didn't see myself in any other light. And so I think I probably would have made some bad decisions as far as my health.
There's a saying that goes, when you stick around something so long, the pats on the back eventually turn to knives. And think of that. I was just my business partner, okay, co-owner of my company, playing in the league right now. Only he's about to be 32 this fall. And his 22, 23-year-old predecessor just ran back a punt last night, playing his position while he deals with a groin. So we were talking about having two decisions. You can go one of two ways. There's that fork in the road. You can be proud of this kid which is the high road. You can be proud of this kid because you were that young man in that position trying to make a team, or you can go the envious route. But the thing is when you have that Andrew Luck mentality, where you're okay with it's just a moment in time. Life goes on. I'm still young. I still got a lot of life to live.
Yeah.
That doesn't need to be my identity as a football player. And that's a powerful move to make, because you're the Jay-Z who signs on with the enemy to be the change he wishes to see.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how we all view that, but that's how I'm viewing it, where you can play life like a chess game, or you can play it like checkers and be envious, be mad, be downtrodden because of others' high hopes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Jay-Z signing on with the NFL and taking control of the Super Bowl?
Oh, shit, my bad. Jay-Z signing on with the NFL, taking on the Super Bowl, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think empathy without action is one of humans' most wasted emotions. I've been saying that for years. I don't know if it's an original quote or if I read it somewhere, but I've been saying it for a long, long time. I hate empty empathy, and I think that a lot of what people do now is just protesting and all this stuff, but they're not taking any action. And if you actually look at the brass tacks, you have to be on the inside to make change. You have to be powerful. You have to be loud, yes, but you have to be powerful. A lot of times you have to be wealthy. You have to have an audience. Jay-Z has all these things, and he's fighting for the same side as some of the people that are maybe feeling some type of way about it. Jay-Z understands that you got to play the game in order to win the game, and that's what he's doing. I think he's a smart guy. I think he's got great people around him, and he wants to change it from a position of power and not a position of weakness. I don't see anything wrong with that, and so I'm all for it.
I was just thinking as you were talking about that, there was two men who led a charge back in the 60s. I believe it was the 60s, right? Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And we saw the kind of like sideways tweets that were going out towards Jay-Z from someone whose back he had, Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick's girl and Eric Reed, some other players where they were kind of taking that like not join forces approach to make the change, because ultimate empathy is power. And anyone who says different, they're gonna have a paradigm shift, not if but when, mentally. So I saw the sideways tweets, and it was like, well, for one thing, because if you're in your right mind and you understand equality, you are on the side of Colin Kaepernick. You have been throughout the entire from the jump. It doesn't. It was never about the military, and I think we're just beating a dead horse at that point. We all know that. It just comes a point where it's like, Colin, are you going to continue this fight the productive chess game way, where you've got your platform? It's your time to shine, baby boy. It's like now is when you need to rally the troops and really come across this where we can make generational change.
Right.
So my daughter doesn't see color. It no longer exists. We're all going to be gray aliens someday. It's now is your time to shine, and it's really kind of showing that it's like, bro, you never had a voice, you just had a platform. Get my drift?
Yeah,
if you're going
I
to
do.
take sideways shots at a man who's actually a voice of a generation, a songbird of a generation, who has shown me so much in life from the
absolutely.
jump.
All of us.
Now you're playing yourself, bro. Because your girl already lost you a shot at the, I think it was the Baltimore Ravens last year. You were about to sign the dotted line. But you said, no, I want to make some change. Well, what kind of change are you trying to make now?
Yeah.
You know?
If you had anyone on your side to make any sort of change, I think most people would probably be okay with Jay-Z. So I'm not understanding what his issue is. I get his perspective. I just don't agree with it. I think you got to be malleable and be willing to shift and change your strategies and your ways that you're trying to attack the issue. And if you're not gonna be malleable, then eventually you're gonna be rigid. And if you're rigid, you're gonna break, and it's gonna be all for naught. So I'm all for the Jay-Z NFL thing. I am.
And if we were going to compare it to top 8 for Colin Kaepernick, it's like, bro, you want to make sure Jay-Z keeps you in his top 8.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely. And you see all the things Jay-Z does, especially for the black community, but also the hip-hop community as a whole. I mean, he's bailing people out. He's sending people to school. He's sending aid. You know what I mean? And it's not just like giving money all the time. He's up there fighting. He's talking to the president of the United States of America one-on-one, having conversations about police brutality and disparity in the economics between different cultures and different city limits. Like, this guy's going to bat for an entire race, an entire generation, an entire genre. And people have the audacity to say, hey, I don't like the way you're doing it, though. If you could do it this way, that'd be great. Bullshit.
Yep.
It's crap.
And then on the flip side, not even the flip side, he's sitting down at the table negotiating with another power player who's head of a multi-billion-dollar organization that just keeps growing, which is the game of football.
Yeah.
Roger Goodell. And he just keeps doing it.
Like, do you think Jay-Z has a better chance of helping out African-American players that are in the NFL on the outside as a musician and entrepreneur, or as, right now could be a private contractor, or, someone that's getting hired in, I don't know. But eventually, hopefully, he's able to own a part of a team and really be part of, the whole organization in a real way. He's got much more leverage in that setting than being on the outside looking in.
The power of clout and being able to make calculated decisions as a mogul. And let's not forget the complete opposite of Colin Kaepernick's girl and Queen Bee. Queen Bee was there with Jay-Z bailing out people getting locked up in protest.
Absolutely she was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is where this is where I always put my foot down. I can always judge a person. I don't like to judge, but I can always judge you on your
necessary.
your perspective of Beyonce. If you talk down on Beyonce, you just ain't with the times. You just don't understand.
You hear that, Beehive?
What this
you got
woman,
the king bee right here.
What this woman is doing. She is a mogulette of generational change that you're not going to get out of the Lindsay Lohans. You're not going to get out of these girls who come and repeat the same friends with ends or beds with heads.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like I love Kesha and I love her voice for change and what she's been through and stuff. But the thing is there comes a time, and I'm afraid Taylor Swift might fall into this too. All the good she's doing. You go at Scooter Braun, who is literally trying to like actually pay his artists and make sure that they're well off forever. Kind of like LeBron James's partner in crime, his agent. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to make sure that there's a legacy there. And then you go after them where it's like, Taylor, yeah, he took control of your portfolio, but it's like the Jay-Z, Roger Goodell relationship. If you just remain partners with him, he's not going to fuck you over in the long run. Scooter Braun isn't that type of person. He's not out to screw people. He's a capitalist, and he helped get you to where you are.
Absolutely.
You know?
I'm not a huge fan of Taylor Swift either. I'll be honest. Really not.
I used to think she was going to be able to kind of like play the role for young girls and young women like a Beyonce has done.
Yeah.
For empowerment. But at the same time, like she's kind of played her hand in regards to not evolving past like petty ass relationship songs.
Yeah. She was the girl next door, like that everyone could relate to and all that. And then she went into like trying to be, a power player, and it just didn't come off in the same way that it has for maybe other artists. And it just is really like, I mean, how do you go back now? Like, can she revert back to that old Taylor Swift? I think you can be anything you want in music. I don't think you get stuck in one thing. All you got to do is make a hit song. That's what solves all your problems. If she just made a hit record, that would solve all the issues that anyone has with her at all. Because nobody fucking cares past the music, really. But the music is all just like preachy. It's not even feel good music anymore. I don't know. I think it sucks.
It's almost kind of
That's too blunt.
No. No, I love
Taylor
it.
Swift sucks.
I love it because it's kind of turned into this rebellion that she hasn't graduated from.
Yeah.
Which is cool because...
But it's inauthentic feeling.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like when Justin Bieber went through his little like rapper phase, like it was funny to make fun of it, but like it still felt believable with the music matched, the people he's hanging out with and all that stuff. Like, yes, it was dumb and it looked stupid and we made fun of him for it, but it still felt like his phase, and he came out of that phase on the other side, and I would assume he's a better man than he was, years ago. But she just stayed. She's just stayed in this like man-hating, like women's rightsy, preachy vibe, and like I'm all for it. I got sisters, I got a girlfriend, mother, but there's a difference between bigging up women and shitting on men, and that's I think a difference between her and Beyonce. Is Beyonce will say like, you don't need a man, blah blah blah. Here's why. You're a powerful woman. You can do anything you want. Taylor Swift literally just calls men out and like shits on guys. Like that's unlistenable to me.
You can be
crap.
a capitalistic woman too. There are plenty of them. Shit, go to West Hollywood. You'll see a lot of.
I live in Hollywood, baby.
There we go, dude. Plastic surgery face capitalistic cougars, baby.
Oh yeah.
And I applaud
I might snatch me one up or get snatched up.
Hey, you ain't doing
Go
no
get the
snatching.
bag. I need a new monitor, man.
Hey, you better watch out hiking through Runyon Canyon, baby
yeah,
boy.
you're right. Oh, you know the spots.
You about to get snatched up.
I might, man. I might. They like them a little chocolate.
Yo, that mocha flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
Better watch out. No, but it's so interesting to kind of analyze from the inside out / outside in.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've all poked the bubble and we've all burst the bubble. But the thing is like, if they're not ready to hear this kind of stuff, that's the thing. Like, Justin Bieber, the phases he's gone through, the route he took with this whole Taylor Swift saga after, because Scooter's his hero in a nutshell. Scooter put him in the place. Scooter went and flew up to Mama's kitchen after finding him on YouTube to just go shake a hand and take him out for a milkshake.
Yeah.
In a non-weird way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. In a non-weird way.
Yeah. So then, although his grammar, you can tell Justin didn't go to high school because his grammar for the long Instagram note he wrote to Taylor, and he sent it out of love. it was just taking the high road.
Yeah.
And that's something that Taylor Swift needs to kind of just be jab, 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 metaphorically with those kind of loving shots where it's like, no, Taylor, you got to realize, like, you don't need to lose your mind. We got your back as long as you got ours.
Yeah.
Show that empathy, that unconditional empathy you speak of. And that's like the move that Jay-Z's making with Roger Goodell. It's like a Republican getting along with a Democrat. Like, you don't need to completely see eye to eye with this person, but you need to know that you need to work with them to make headway.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No matter what. I didn't know we were going to be talking about this shit. I had no idea. And that's the beauty of it. I do prep a little bit for these interviews. The thing is, though, is I like the genuineness to come out of it, because our goal is for listeners to learn more about you, not a persona, but who the hell you are.
Yeah, I got
and
you.
it comes down to like making bold statements, taking a stance, having two legs to stand on, not a fucking pirate peg leg where that's your fake leg where you have to lead this persona and show people up.
I feel you.
You know?
I feel that for sure. Yeah. There's definitely an internal duality to most artists, including myself. But I think, as time progresses, they get blended more and more together as you start realizing that no one really gives a shit if you're not making good music. So at the end of the day, that's what I said about Taylor Swift is you just got to make good music, and the rest people look at as secondary almost. Are you attractive? Are you cool? Do you wear good clothes? And but if you're making good music, like, that's number one. You know what I mean?
Can you make sure that manual focus is good? He's moving around a lot. I just want to make sure
bad.
it's good. No, it's all good.
I got that coffee in me and I'm starting, moving.
See, because I just get the feeling we're going to get a lot of left to him so you might have to babysit that. We're golden, baby
all right,
boy.
I got you. How's the pup?
Okay, so when'd you get your nose ring?
I got my nose ring
Were you
a
rebelling?
couple years ago. Nah. I don't know if I had a rebellious
Were
phase.
you suffering from headaches? Did you need to do it?
Nah. I was actually drunk in Mexico. I was fucked up. And I was with my girl. And she was like, you should just get your nose pierced. And I'm like, fuck yeah. You're just drunk being stupid on vacation. And I did it. Got this tattoo when I was fucked up. I got this tattoo when I was fucked up. I don't know. I guess I like to mutilate my body when I'm wasted.
But here's the deal. Each one of those comes with a story.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And no one can ever take that away from you. I'm filled up.
Yeah.
And I'm filled up with fucked up decisions, dude. I got a scar on my shoulder from being drunk in Dinkytown. I separated my shoulder, woke up in the morning, felt like my arm was detached from my body, complete AC tear, okay? I had to get surgery 7 months later. And it's all good, baby.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? I definitely got a concussion out of the deal, you know?
I know those well.
Exactly. And that's where it's like, whatever, dude. Like, I have stories, some cats who led basic-ass lives, never graduated from MySpace to Instagram.
There's too many, man, especially in Minnesota, there's too many people that are living this, like, A to B, B to C, C to D life and not actually doing shit. And I'm, like, up to here with it, man. I'm, like, so done with it because those are the people that talk the most shit about people actually doing something.
Yep.
And so I just see it over and over and over of, like, someone may look at, Lincoln Drink and be like, dude, that's so stupid and da-da-da. Like, but they're working at fucking Kinko's corporate, 9 to 5 every day, doing nothing, hoping that in 5 years they can get a promotion, which is a pay bump and a title. Like, it's just, man, it's just so worthless to me. It gets me worked up because I'm just like, you guys are not doing shit with your life. You've made no decision. Mm-hmm. You've never broken the consciousness enough for you to have a moment of self-reflection. Mm-hmm. You're just in a stream of consciousness that just goes until you die. And you just make decisions based on what you're supposed to do. Like, just so you travel to Europe once and then now you think you've lived life and you're cultured. Mm-hmm. It's fucking bullshit, man. I hate seeing people that lead their lives that way. I don't want to say I hate them, but I hate seeing people that lead their lives that way.
Yeah, they're on a lower vibrational wave,
True that.
And that's the thing is it's the power of duality though too, because if they say they did come to Lincoln Drink and they experienced what they've been talking shit against.
Yeah.
And they experienced the polar opposite because it was everything they didn't expect. Because they're vibrating on a lower wavelength. So they talk shit about networking groups. They talk shit about people who are trying to make decisions that are going to leave a legacy as opposed to a pay bump.
Yeah.
Because pay bumps come along with it if you live for a legacy. And that's one thing that people need to have a paradigm shift in their mental state and realize if you work towards something, whether it be creatively, athletically, whatever that may be, good things fall in place for you because you no longer vibrate on that lower wavelength where you're even willing to talk shit. You're too busy doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Be too busy doing to talk shit. I like that.
That's what
That's
it
good.
is.
That's good.
Because I'm so insecure that I live for those pats on my back and I welcome the knives. And it's okay because the knives are what drive me. The people who have fucked me over, I got a studio that I built on my fucking arms and I got fucked over by my partner who also has the same blood flowing through his veins. And it's okay because it drove me to be even more successful. Same thing with teams who we've started to build something together and they leave. They dip out because the numbers aren't correct for them because the time they aren't putting in. It's all good, baby. I'm gone because I know what I'm doing and I know where I'm going. So now that people talk shit because everyone wants to start like this, a networking hive, a collective.
Yeah, I see it a lot. Yeah.
Cool. And guess what? We don't care. We're too busy making an awesome one. And that's the same thing with like event space. I'm too busy creating memories for people to not give a fuck about your basic ass Friday night show with nothing but local talent. Guess what draws? Paid out-of-state talent.
Yeah, facts.
That's what draws. And then you throw... That's how I found out about Big Sean. I went to a Wiz Khalifa show. Big Sean was opening. This is in late 2010. And it's like... Or late 2011. It's like, oh, shit. Big Sean is the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I find out, at the caboose.
Yeah.
And that's like... Everyone's trying to throw local shows nowadays. And it's like, bro, if you're going to throw a local show, you better get very creative with it.
I agree. And that's something that a lot of people in Minnesota have said is like, Minnesota doesn't support each other and blah, blah, blah. And Minnesota doesn't stick together and put each other on. It's because none of you niggas are on. That's why it doesn't work. Because you can't help me out if you're not shit. So what? There's no us getting together and throwing a 150-person show with 15 artists. It doesn't fucking add up. So that's why people go to LA and jet out to New York and, all these different things. Because nobody here is on a big enough level where they can reach back down and pull someone else up. Nobody. Not even the Mod Sons, the Atmospheres. Nobody's at such a high level that they can reach down and say, okay, if I touch this person, I have the Midas touch, they're gold. Nobody has that Drake effect or the Wiz Khalifa, the Rick Rosses, the Meek Mills. Nobody can reach down and pull somebody else up right now. So we all need to grind on our own, not hate on each other, but we don't necessarily have to work together if nobody has anything of substance. And people get mad at me because they think I don't support the local community. You're right.
Yep.
I support my own shit, and I'm trying to build something real. So then when I do see someone, a youngster from Minnesota, that I'm like, oh, this dude's really talented, he's really dope, let me go ahead and boom. And now I'm like, yo, I got XYZ, I can help you out with this. I got a recording studio, you can record out of for free. I got this because I focused on my own shit and built myself up and put myself in that position. But this whole, we got to stick together, we need to start throwing shows together. It's like, bruh, no, we don't. If we want to do something, if a rapper came to me and goes, yo, I got 10K, if you got 10K, let's book Trippie Redd, and then both of us will just open. Bet. Now you're on my level. Now we're talking. But if you're like, hey, we can go to Como Zoo after they close down, security leaves for 15 minutes, maybe we can shoot a music video. Fuck out of here. I'm done.
Would you rather fly out to a wishing well or a cesspool?
What? Ugh.
Exactly. People come in here, and with that mentality, they're flying into a cesspool. I don't want shit to do with you.
Yeah.
Straight up. I don't want nothing to do with you. But the land of opportunity, flying out to a wishing well, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you got a jet set. you have to jet set if you want to make anything happen. That's the long and the short of it.
Yeah.
So if you have these big dreams, these opportunities given to you, fly out to the wishing well, man, because take a shot.
If you believe that everything to achieve your ultimate dream in your life, all the things you need to achieve the grand dreams that you have in your life are right here in uptown Minneapolis, Minnesota. And you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to travel anywhere to go chase your dreams is what it says. Chase your dreams. Not chill here in Lake Calhoun and go to Cowboy Slim's Thursday, Friday night, and then Cowboy Jack's on Saturdays. Like, what are you talking about? You got to go do something. It's not going to fucking work if you're just sitting here local doing local nigga shit. It's never going to work. And so I'm done with the, I support the local scene in terms of like, I post people's music unprompted. If I like it, I post it. I'm not a hater by any means. Like, I talk to certain people on a personal level, certain other artists where I'm like, dude, like, you're dope, blah, blah, blah. Like, maybe one day we'll get in and work on something.
Yeah. But
until I'm in a position of like where I can impact someone else, or you're in a position where you can impact me, I'm not wasting my time. I'm really not.
Well, that's the thing, bro. If I vibe with it, I'm gonna share it unprovoked. Yeah. Thing is, though, is like I get teased by these local cats where they release. They work hard and they go through the shitty songs, and then they earn it, okay? So like Free Wi-Fi, for instance. They were buzzing for a minute, and then they blew it up themselves. They fucked themselves over. And that's where you
How do they fuck themselves over?
Well, inner animosity. They couldn't get over each other's fucking egos. They couldn't quit beefing with one another. It was nonstop. I don't know if you know the story or not.
I know a version, I'm sure.
Okay, so they kept playing themselves though, and they was self-sabotage to the fullest. And that's where if you don't have someone you can trust, like upper management, who's really going to be like on your case, holding you accountable, well, the joke's on you because you're still in this cesspool. You're still thinking you're the shit locally when you ain't doing nothing nationally.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where these cats, like, they grow egos, and it's not just free Wi-Fi. It's like you grow egos before you've even earned that ego.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye West snatching a microphone from Taylor Swift, as hardcore and unpronounced and totally against the grain that was, he earned the right to fucking lash out. Conor McGregor just punched out a fucking 58-year-old dude in an Irish pub because he wouldn't take a shot of his branded whiskey a week ago. And guess what? As unprovoked and hardcore and inappropriate that was, he has earned that right. Not saying it's even good. It's just he can get away with that.
He can get away with it.
It's not cool by any means. Grabbing a microphone out of a girl who's earned it.
I think it's tight.
I think it's hilarious.
I think it's hard. I think it's dope. I fuck with it. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was just because of the two personalities. Do you want to pause and delete?
Super edit. Okay. I'm just trying to think. I guess it's.
I could delete some if we want, but that was. Well, we already paused, so you might as well.
Might as well. Yeah, we gotta go because we need that.
Yeah.
You never know what kind of rant Daddy's gonna go on.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm just gonna be reactive.
Dude, we've already no, we can't do that. We've got to have 2 shots at all times.
Yeah.
Dude, because I can go through my other one and delete stuff too.
Yeah,
I have my 128 right here. I just put in a brand new 64. I can go through this 128 quick and delete shit too.
I got 2 cameras here too.
Oh, we're golden, dude.
Right.
Dude, we're already getting fired up, bro.
I know, I was getting pissed for a second.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I started yelling at for a second because I'm just like, dude, I'm so fucking sick of these local niggas that are just like, bro, you'll never fuck with nobody, because you're not shit. What are you talking? What do I look like fucking with you when I'm not shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, surround yourself with who you want to be like. You hang out with 6 millionaires, you're more than likely going to be the 7th. I'm not hanging out with a bunch of local-ass weak.
See, and that's the thing. No, we're still running. We're still rolling. So we should keep going. But here's the deal, and I can edit that out. Don't even worry about that. I want to know. No, but grab your microphone because I want to know what age you were at when you realized, like, I gotta quit hanging out with fucking lahoods hers.
Man, I was like this since I was in high school. Because in high school, I didn't drink. I didn't do any of that, so I was playing sports. So, like, I mean, there's Tommy Olsen.
Yep, that one's still rolling.
Well, then we should
Do you want to keep it on him?
Yeah, get it on him, dude.
I was getting both of you just in case.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been like that for a while?
Yeah, since, like, high school. Just didn't drink much. Just focused on sports. Scoring tutties, banging honeys. That's pretty much it. But I always gravitated towards people who were like-minded, people who I felt like were on a similar mental tier to me in the fields that I cared about. I don't think people who, aren't into the things that I'm into are necessarily not as intelligent or something like that. It's just, you have expertise in different places. And so I always gravitate towards people who are like-minded. I think most people do that. But as much as it's like-minded, it's, matching the ambitions and people that I feel like make me want to, be better. If my buddy's getting up at 6 a.m. and working out, that rubs off on me because now I'm looking at like, oh, damn, what am I doing? And then I'm like, yo, I'm going to come work out with you. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it started at that younger age of like realizing that I don't know if it's just me or if it's everybody, if everyone feels this way, but I literally feel like anything that I focus on, I can do it. And I know that's like what parents tell their kids, and it's not really true for everybody. I really don't think it is. And I haven't run into something that I haven't been able to do successfully yet, as I'm still working on the music career and getting to where I want to be on my own, in my own head. But I still consider the things that I've done so far to be success, and I'm on the path towards my goals. But when you go back to football, like I was up at 5 a.m. before school, working out, go to football practice, drive after football practice to go 45 minutes up to Woodbury, go work out again, and then I would come home, not do my homework, and then go to bed and do it again. But I realized then that when you put in those extra hours when people are sleeping, you put in those extra hours on the weekends, you don't do the social norms. I didn't drink. I didn't do any drugs or anything like that. And, like, I realized that if I put in the extra work, like, you can achieve what you want. I got 42 D1 offers by the time I was a senior in high school, before my senior season even started. And so, I mean, my teachers and, everyone would always say, like, what's the percent chance that you actually go D1? Because I would tell them, I'm like, yo, I'm not going to do my homework because I ace all the tests. And I was like, all I need is, like, a 3.0 or whatever to get into college, so I'm going to get a scholarship. And they would always, like, be like, what the percent chances of you doing that, Bob? But I never heard that. I was like, this is just how my life is going to go because I'm putting in the fucking work and I'm talented enough. And having the self-awareness to know when you're not talented enough for something and maybe move on to something. I'm all about doubling down on your strengths. Gary Vee always talks about that. And so I felt like that was a strength for me. And so I didn't care what the percentages were. And I ended up blowing that shit out of the fucking water. And now all these teachers on my Facebook ask me when I'm going to have a show. Wanted to come out to my show. The same teachers that were like, they weren't the whole, a lot of rappers are always like, my teacher said I wasn't going to be shit. Point out the teacher that really said you're not going to be shit. I hate when rappers say that. So I had teachers that say, like, this isn't going to play out how I wanted it to play out, or it's not going to be as easy as I want it to be. And, but they're having conversations with a young pupil that they want to see do well, and they want to see them do it by the book because they always did things by the book, and maybe they don't understand your mentality. But the teachers that they're saying are like, they should be fired. And it seems like there's a lot of them because I feel like every rapper has a song where they're like, my teacher said I wasn't going to be shit. I'm like, what? That is insane to me.
It's so crazy to be the cats who now have a totally different relationship with their teachers.
Yeah.
Where our teachers now are looking up to us.
Yeah.
And they're coming to us for guidance.
Yeah.
In one way, shape, or another. Mm-hmm. I have teachers who doubted me, who I told off. on multiple
Oh, yeah.
occasions who didn't even deserve their respect. And now they're seeing this paradigm shift where they're like, God damn, we need him to lead the troops.
Yeah.
And it's weird because, like, I don't perceive myself like that. I still look at myself as this degenerate who earned what he got, but is still a goofball.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
And when you have 42 Division I offers, there's nothing they can tell you.
Nada.
Nada. Because they're
Nada.
still teaching high school, dog.
Yeah, there's nothing they could. I mean, that might have been that was just so much fuel on the fire for something I already had burning inside me. Once I got the validation, once I had all these schools, they would pull me out of class flying up from Florida, Hawaii, flying into Minnetonka, Minnesota, and pulling me out of class just to meet with me and talk to me. And I'd be in math class, and the principal or one of my coaches would come in like, we just need James Farrow for a moment. And my teachers knew the fucking deal, and they couldn't say shit because I got A's and B's on all their exams. And so I did not do homework. I didn't do it. So I ended up getting B's and C's throughout high school because, homework will be 15% of your grade or 10% or whatever. And I refused to do it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do a shred of homework.
Would you still listen in class?
Oh, yeah. I listened, participate. Like, I enjoyed the lectures and all that stuff, but I wouldn't do homework. I was like, if I already know this shit, I just read it in the book. If I already know it, why do I have to write it up and then write it up again on an exam? Like, what? Why do I have to prove that I know this multiple times, wasting hours on busy work when I'm going to pass the test and do? And I got A's and B's on all the tests, so then I got B's and C's in all my classes.
Bro, how could you possibly do that in like a calculus class?
I don't know.
You got some wizard brain.
Yeah, I don't know. But once I got to college, there was no more homework. So I got an academic scholarship to the University of San Diego when I transferred from VT because I had basically all A's. And so I made the dean's list every semester in college.
That's where you went, Virginia Tech?
Virginia Tech out of high school.
Initially.
And then once my football career was over, I transferred to University of San Diego. Got the fuck out of Dodge, baby.
Yeah. What was VT like under the shadow of, let's see here, what year did you graduate?
I graduated high school 2011.
Okay, so it was past the Vic brothers, but
Yeah,
still.
it was Tyrod. Tyrod Taylor was his last summer was my first summer there, and then he ended up going to the league. So then we had Logan Thomas and Kyle Fuller. I played with. He plays with the Bears now. Kendall Fuller came the year after me. Anton Exum for the 49ers. These are just the guys at my position group. There's a bunch of ballers. Ballers.
What was that mentality like? Was it dog eat dog?
It was, but it was like, when it was us against someone else and it was, all the family. But it was definitely like the coaches cut you loose. Like, you get in a fist fight with somebody at practice or something, they wait 5 or 10 seconds before they actually break it up. Like, they let you go, especially in the summertime, proving yourself. And, I got my ass beat one of those occasions. First time I ever really got beat up before was at VT by one of the older guys there. And so, can I tell the story?
I would hope so.
All right, I'll tell the story of how I got beat up once. So they would, prank all the freshmen. And I got fucking sick of it. And my dad had always told me, like, you don't take shit from anybody or they're going to keep giving you shit. So speaking of shit, I came in to go to practice, and I put on my cleats, and I felt this, like, squishy shit on my foot. It's, like, kind of hard and squishy. So I, like, take my cleat off, and I, like, look down, and there's goose shit in all of our freshman cleats. Literal goose shit in all of our cleats. So it pissed me off. I was done with the pranks and all that, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, God, I got to do something. I got to show these guys that I'm about business and that, I'm not going to keep taking their shit. I have more than enough respect for these guys. I'll carry your pads or, do that type of stuff, but you're not going to put shit in my shoes when I'm out here trying to, like, get a roster spot. So I walked up to one of the seniors. I'm not going to say his name, but I walk up to him, and I punched him right in his face. He was sitting down in his locker, and my summer going into freshman year, so I'm still like a high schooler. I'm probably $170. This guy's probably 225, just a grown-ass man, 24, 25 years old. Just, you know what I mean? Just been in this D1 workout program for 4 years. Just huge. Big, huge black dude. Punched him right in his face. And he whooped me like a fucking rag doll. But from that day, I never got pranked again in that way. And they still screwed with all these other little freshmen that, didn't take a stand. And I got the respect from them after that. And that was all I needed. All they needed was for me to be like, yo, you can prank me, but it's not going to be worth it. It's not worth a fist fight. It's not worth, somebody getting in your face. And, they like when people huff and puff, but I wasn't huff and puffing. I was serious. I was real deal. And they realized that, and I got the respect for it. And I got treated a lot better than a lot of the other guys did who just took it as, this is the way, and, you got to pay your dues. I'm like, I'm happy to pay my dues on the field. I'm happy to pay my dues getting our meals last, shit like that. You know what I mean? There's seniority stuff. But you're personally just one of you is just pranking me. That's not going to fly. So that's how I got my ass whooped. And I'm so happy that I did it with other people there because they broke it up. Otherwise, I might have been really, really fucked up.
Steam was rolling, though.
Yeah.
It had been built up.
Yeah.
You're away from home.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
away from home, and I'm with all these dudes from all these different communities. Everybody was a hot shot at their own high school, right? Everybody's fucking jacked. Everybody's fast. Everybody's got an ego. And I needed to do something to show people that I meant business. And me being like a young, light-skinned, pretty boy from Minnetonka, Minnesota, it wasn't going to fly with just words. I had to take some action. This is a bunch of big old hood dudes from Virginia and from the country and Georgia. And, these guys, they're not playing games. And so, I don't know. I got lucky, I think. I don't think he went as hard as he could have on me.
Was Coach Beamer your coach?
Yeah, he was.
And at that time, Virginia Tech was still considered a powerhouse.
Oh, yeah. When I went to Virginia Tech, they were on their 9th season of 10 wins or more. It was an NCAA record. We went to the Sugar Bowl when it was still BCS games. Played in the Sugar Bowl my freshman year against Michigan. Lost on a bullshit call.
It's always a bullshit call.
We got a letter from the referees that Frank Beamer read in our practice or in our meetings that was apologizing for missing that call and the outcome of the game. So it was a bullshit call. It was pretty clear, and they apologized for it, which is fine. But I still got a Sugar Bowl ring and all that. BCS ring, baby. How many people got those?
Can you go get it?
It's in storage at my parents' house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. You didn't bust it out for us.
I know. I didn't even think we were going to get to that. I don't talk about football that much.
I know, dude. It's
a past
kind
life.
of I like to talk about so that we consider that an experience in life.
Yeah.
So I like to talk about how that formed you, who it made you, and how it got you, who it made you into, and how it got you to where you are now. Because in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're sitting here in your home studio in front of your freaking microphone. You know what I'm saying? You got a new life now.
Yeah.
And you earned it. It came through bullshit you dealt with getting your ass whooped in the locker room in Virginia Tech. All the while you didn't need to fucking do that, dude. That's worse than Kanye West grabbing a microphone from Taylor.
Nah.
Motherfucker, I'm coming to pop you, dog.
Hey, I had to send a message, man. It was received loud and clear.
And that's where you, that's probably, would we consider that the day you became a man?
I don't know if that's the day I became a man, but that's definitely one of the days that I realized sometimes fighting and losing is just as good as fighting and winning. And it may not feel as good, but sometimes you can get the same thing across. And I think that can go back to, the Colin Kaepernick thing and all that. Like, it's not about winning in the moment. It's about winning generationally, winning in the long road. And that's all I wanted out of that situation. I didn't care whether I won or lost. I thought I was going to lose, and I was terrified. But at the end of the day, I mean, the fear is just something that's going to hold you back from doing things you actually need to do or want to do. And so I ate that fear, and then I ate a bunch of punches in my face, and then it was over. And nothing, nothing horrible. Like, it's not too... If the worst thing that happens to you in a situation is you get punched in the face, I think everybody should be punched in the face once. Just to show you it's not that bad, right? Yeah, it hurts. It's swollen for a little bit, but it's not that bad. So I feel like so many people are afraid of getting punched in the face. And life's going to punch you in the face regardless.
You're playing a violent sport, and you're not even on the field, and you're still getting head injuries.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that was one of my concussions. Might have been.
So, what did you call your dad and tell him you got your ass whooped in the locker room?
Yeah, I did.
What did he say?
He said, good. He said, that's what you're supposed to do. He said, you can't be afraid just because they're bigger and you know you're going to lose a fight. He said, knowing you're going to lose a fight is no reason for not fighting. And he's talking about, taking on situations that you just know you're going to win is no way to live. That's not taking any risk. It's not overcoming any sort of fear, showing any sort of bravery. Even if it's just internal bravery, no one knows what you're battling. There's a lot of people that are having these struggles in life that no one even knows about. But you need to be able to overcome your fears and take things on.
Would you rather go to a VTech football party or a Lake Minnetonka boat party?
Lake Minnetonka boat party, 10 out of 10. There's nothing better than a Minnesota summer, man. I've lived in New York City. I've lived in Los Angeles, San Diego. I lived in Philly for a summer doing an internship. Virginia. Lived in Atlanta for a summer. I've been around. And there's nothing better than a Minnesota summer, man. Nothing. Nothing comes close.
You are so sure about that. Holy shit.
I'm so sure.
God damn. So sure without the shore.
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
I'm so confident in that. I've tried it. I moved out of Minnesota for like 6 years. And would come back for the summer and come back at different times to visit family, but I was gone. And, there's nothing better than coming home, and it's just midsummer. Everybody's on the lake, living life. Now there's this whole White Claw fad. I don't know. I haven't hopped on that train yet. Have you hopped on that train?
Yeah, you need to experience it.
I've had a couple Trulies. I've had a couple White Claws, but I don't get the hype. What's better than a Casamigos Blanco Club Soda and a lime?
It's called day drinking, sir. It makes day drinking possible.
Okay.
You need to get the 5%.
What's wrong with the Coors Light?
You trying to get a headache by 6 p.m., big boy?
So that's the thing. So White Claw is a no headache.
It's day drinking central, the 5%ers. I think the Trulies are 4.5%. They might have moved up. This is not an ad for White Claw, even though I'm a basic-ass white boy.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. White Claw limes. You start those. Like, say you're going to Sunset, okay? You're going to a festival. 11:30 in the a.m., nothing better after you just finish your latte.
Yeah.
Your medium latte. You go right into a lime.
This is white boy central right here. You just finish your medium latte. You get your White Claw.
You go right into your lime White Claw, and then you move into the black cherry around 1:30.
Yeah.
All right? And then by that time, you're feeling good. You
are. So you're getting buzzed off these,
and it's a different kind of buzz.
Ooh, a better buzz?
It's a clear buzz.
Clear buzz.
Yeah, so
it's like an Adderall and beer buzz.
Yeah, I guess you could say, because
you're up, you're there.
You're golden.
Yeah.
You're golden. There's nothing that can throw you off, because say you take a midday shot of tequila, say you're on spring break or something, that is going to catch up to you whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. It's just a shot like that, a mid-afternoon shot, is going to catch up to you. Where the White Claws stay consistent the whole time. If you do a weekend-long test where, say, you are drinking on a Saturday and maybe for a football game on Sunday you go to a Vikings game, drink White Claw the whole time. You're going to see your buzz just stay consistent, because with Coors Light, it has the ebbs and flows of the drunk.
It definitely does.
And that's dangerous, because it ends
So what is this just your theory, or is this what most people? Is this why most people like White Claw?
I'm a professional.
I can understand that. I'm a professional Casamigos drinker. You know Brandon.
Yeah.
I put Brandon on the Casamigos grind, and I'm telling you, as much as you advocate for White Claw, George Clooney, I don't need to check. Maybe a couple bottles would be great. For the plug, But if you drink in Casamigos Blanco and that's all you drink, you will have the mildest hangover comparatively to any other hard liquor of your life.
With tonic and a lime, or
Yeah, I drink with Club and a lime.
Yep.
That's what I drink it with. And if you're drinking with Sprite and sugary things, then that's gonna add to the effects of your hangover and whatnot. But I'm telling you, if you just drink Casamigos on ice for the night, and wake up in the morning, and you may be a little dehydrated or whatever. You get a glass of water, but you won't have that throbbing headache, just pounding behind your eyes. Sounds like a fucking German nightclub behind your eye. Just that's how I feel. I can feel my pulse in my eyeballs. You know what I mean? My hangovers are just getting progressively worse as I get older.
Dude,
I can't drink like I did in college, man. I'm telling you. I used to be a savage. I left VT, and I Googled, because I was devastated. I had an identity crisis when my football career ended. So I left Virginia Tech, and when I was leaving, I Googled farthest city from Blacksburg, Virginia. And it was Los Angeles and San Diego. It was the complete opposite, as far as you can get in the United States, continental United States, away from Blacksburg. And so that's why I decided to go there. I'd never even been to California before my first day of school at the University of San Diego. And so once I got there, I was floating around for a little bit, wasn't playing football, didn't know how to be a normal person. So I met some cool dudes, joined a fraternity, suicide rushed. I asked around. I asked a bunch of different girls what the best fraternity on campus was. They told me it's Lambda Chi Alpha. So I suicide rushed Lambda Chi, didn't even talk to any of the other ones, got in, and had the time of my life. And that's where I learned how to drink. And that's why I know I can't drink like I used to anymore.
What's the main point you're trying to get across on the panel for Lincoln Drink?
The main point I want to get across on the panel is you need to learn from your failures, and you need to learn from other people's failures, even more importantly. So what I want to do on the panel is share a lot of my failures, and where I can go to the panel and big up myself and talk about my successes are why I'm even on the panel. So I don't need to talk about those. You can Google those. But my failures are what made me the man that I am today. And so that's what I want to talk about more so than anything. Talk about the things that look like successes that were failures. And give people an inside look at just how much you have to fuck up and screw up to be anything in this world. You have to take so many risks, and you got to really be balls to the wall on whatever it is that you want to do. And so I want to talk about my failures and how important they are.
What's next for Farrow?
What's next for me is I'm working on a band. It's called Russell Ave. And I don't think I've announced this to anybody, actually. And so I'm starting a band, and we're working with a few different labels right now to get that in motion. We got tracks already recorded. We got the band members. We got potentially a couple shows in the fall lined up, and we haven't even launched yet. But the music is that strong that we're able to get in the meetings. We're able to, make some moves behind the scenes before we even put anything out. Because when they hear the music, it's a no-brainer. I showed it to Brandon. It's a no-brainer. And so I'm pretty stoked on it, man. So Russell Ave coming soon, hopefully second week of September, probably. It will be when we drop our first single.
I've already heard some too.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the Butterfly.
Yeah.
And I am eager because it's so unique. Mm-hmm. The mixture, and I'm not going to say it, but the mixture is just what we need.
I like to hear that. I appreciate that.
I was waiting to tell you. I was waiting to tell you that.
Gotcha.
So good looks, and actually, you bringing it up reminded me that he played me a couple tracks.
Yeah, I got you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
September 10th, Lincoln Drink.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy for a bright future between James Farrow and Stationary Astronaut, brother.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate you.
Hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah.